For Honor is at its best in highly curated 1 vs 1 combat. That's what I thought until I started playing 4 vs 4 matches. Dominion, Elimination, and Skirmish are For Honor's answers to King of the Hill and Team Deathmatch. Casting aside the level playing field of the dueling arena, these game modes introduce several uncontrollable elements that feel exhilarating, terrifying, and sometimes frustrating. In a similar fashion to MOBAs, players gain experience called Renown for performing actions. Every time you earn a certain amount of Renown, you unlock an ability, a feat, which can give you or your team a decisive edge in battle. In addition to that, players can equip gear that pushes and pulls their character's statistic in one direction or another. These modes were clearly inspired by Dota and League of Legends, but the similarities between those games end there. The visceral action combat of For Honor is still at the forefront of these modes, only it's amplified 8 times over. At the start of every match, you and your teammates will rush onto the battlefield like a pack of wild dogs, but then you'll remember all the hours you spent learning how to block, parry, dodge, and deflect. It becomes an intimate struggle for dominance until you realize this doesn't have to be a fair fight. Those moments when you know you've got someone beat so they turn tail and rush for a power-up, it's intense, especially if they grab it. Now you've got to think, how can I use my character's skill set to turn the tide of this impossible situation? Fairness and balance is always an interesting topic in video games. When something doesn't feel right, it feels wrong. But somehow, For Honor has managed to make the game feel winnable, even when all signs point to defeat. I'm not saying getting hit by a catapult is fun, but throwing a medieval Molotov cocktail at a group of unsuspecting friends and foe, there's a twisted satisfaction in that. So, the 4 vs 4 game modes in For Honor might not be the most curated experience. They might be a clusterfuck, a shit show, even a Donnybrook. But know this, if you're tired of getting knocked off bridges all by yourself, queue for 4v4 so you can get knocked off bridges with friends.